Something just happened that could shake the very foundations of Britain's political right. One of the most powerful men in the world has stepped in, and his words have gone viral, tearing into Nigel Farage in a way few could have imagined. And in the middle of it all, a new political force is suddenly rising. Let's break it down. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. A political firestorm has erupted after Elon Musk, the world's richest man, launched a ruthless public attack on Reform UK leader Nigel Farage. In a blistering post on his own platform X, Musk dismissed Farage as weak, runny sauce, and declared that the Reform leader will change nothing of significance politically. Instead, Musk is throwing his support behind Advance UK, a new political movement led by Rupert Lowe and Ben Habib. In his post, Musk told his 190 million followers, Farage is weak, runny sauce. He won't let Reform even stand up for their own people, e.g. punishing their Epping member, and he will change nothing of significance politically. Go with Advance UK. Ben and Tommy for the real change that's needed to save Britain. That single post has already gone viral, racking up over 50,000 likes in a few hours and over 7 million views. Ben Habib, leader of Advance UK, quickly seized on Musk's comments. He accused Farage of abandoning the very principles he claims to stand for. Habib said, Farage doesn't believe in the country, free speech, democracy, or equality under the law. He would give up Northern Ireland and Scotland. He shuts down freedom of speech and reform. He is happy to dance to the tune of progressive discrimination, preferring minorities to the majority, and he uses lawfare. He is the opposite of what the country needs. This extraordinary clash comes just weeks after Musk publicly backed Habib's new party. Advance UK was launched at the end of June, after Habib, once Reform's deputy leader, was replaced by Richard Tice. Habib has pitched his party as a new political force on the British landscape, insisting it won't split the Reform vote but instead provide a real alternative. Musk appears to agree. In another post, he said simply, Advance UK will actually drive change. Farage's weak sauce who will do nothing. Habib later revealed that he and Musk have been in contact since January. He told GB News, he shares 3 beliefs with me. First, Western civilization faces its end, the way it's being governed. Second, as far as the UK is concerned, Farage is not the answer. And now, third, Advance UK is the answer. There is great love and concern about the UK and the US. Elon Musk is one of them. The UK's betterment is much assisted by the protective umbrella of people like him. It's a remarkable political intervention. Only last December, Musk had been pictured meeting with Nigel Farage and Reform UK's treasurer, Nick Candy, with rumours swirling of a possible multi-million-pound donation. But that relationship quickly soured. Farage later admitted that Musk had called for his removal, but brushed it off as an attempt to encourage him to shift policy in areas he wasn't prepared to go. Now, less than a year later, Musk has made his position brutally clear. Nigel Farage, in his eyes, is not the man to change Britain. And with Musk's millions of followers and his reputation as one of the world's most influential figures, this endorsement of Advance UK could inject fresh energy into Britain's political scene. Whether this is the start of a new movement or just another flashpoint in Britain's turbulent politics remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, Elon Musk has just dealt a savage blow to Nigel Farage, and it could reshape the battle on the right of British politics. In other news, Nigel Farage is guilty of launching a political attack on his own country, according to James Cleverly. Speaking on GB News, the Shadow Levelling Up minister criticised the Reform UK leader as he prepares to give evidence to the House Judiciary Committee in Washington. Mr Farage will be addressing free speech in the UK during a hearing on Wednesday, where he will raise the case of Graham Linehan, who says he was detained at Heathrow Airport over 3 posts on X. He's also expected to mention Lucy Connolly, who was freed from jail last month at the automatic release point after serving 40% of a 31-month sentence for a post about asylum seekers in the aftermath of the Southport murders last year. Speaking on GB News, Mr Cleverly said the Reform leader is only concerned about advancing his own agenda. Nigel Farage is trying to advance his own political agenda. I have been to parts of the world where free speech really is curtailed, he said. We've got to be careful we don't add to what I think is fundamentally a political attack from Nigel Farage towards his own country. We do have freedom of speech and we value it, but it does need protecting. We have some overzealous people curtailing that. For the most part, it is a fantastic country. It is a country that has real freedoms, including freedom of speech, and we do need to protect that. Labour is not doing a good enough job. As I say, Farage has got a political agenda, and I think we need to be realistic about that. Top US politicians have increasingly veered into British political matters in recent months with a particular focus on free speech. Among them is Vice President J.D. Vance, who has condemned the UK's Online Safety Act, which had some key components come into effect on July 25th. Its new regulations involve imposing age restrictions for pornographic and harmful websites, which Vice President Vance believes restricts freedom of speech not just in the UK, but the US also. Labour has attacked Mr. Farage's opposition to the bill and sparked a bitter row in July when Technology Secretary Peter Kyle accused him of being on the side of people like Jimmy Savile. The Reform UK leader demanded an apology from the Labour minister, but he is yet to receive one. Vice President Vance made his concerns about freedom of speech known widely at the Munich Security Conference in February, claiming European Union commissars were suppressing it. He also hit out at the continent for facilitating mass migration, accusing its leaders of abandoning some of its most fundamental values. Mr. Farage will raise the case of Mr. Leinen at the hearing today after the Father Ted co-creator was arrested on suspicion of inciting violence in relation to his posts on X. The arrest prompted a furious backlash from figures including author J.K. Rowling. When asked about the arrest, Mr. Cleverly told GB News it appears to be an overreaction. It was a joke that Graham himself said was not necessarily was a funny one, he said. I think it's important we don't overreact or police criticism. Freedom of speech is important and it's something we value in the UK. We do have it and we do protect it. I have been to parts of the world as Foreign Secretary where freedom of speech is not a reality, but that is not where we are. This does appear, from what I can see, to be an overreaction to a rather crass joke. In the end, Cleverly framed Farage's testimony in Washington as less about defending free speech and more about scoring political points at the expense of Britain's reputation. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.